Hi, right, you all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Once again, thank you for your continued support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew and everything that you do. Thank you very much. Okay, and if you're not a member of the Patreon, do take advantage of that community right now. A lot of great content in there, and people are taking advantage of that, and hopefully they're enjoying it as well. We're getting good feedback, so that's all good. And to all the Twitter people, I'm with you every day, tweeting and bantering back and forth. Thank you for your support. Okay, thank you for the support over there on Twitter, and that's growing up as well, so that's great. And I'm always trying to remain positive. You'll always see that I'm trying to remain positive. Okay, I'll try and just dish out positive vibes. Even in the bear market, you'll see me being positive because I was in the previous bear market. And I'll always remind you as well that, millionaires are made in bear markets, okay? And if you stick with the channel, I will show you all the best key targets and the best entry levels as well moving forward. But honestly, I don't think we're in a bear market. I do see a lot of people saying we're in a bear market, but personally, I don't think we are. Yep, we're caught in a downtrend. There's no avoiding that. We are in a downtrend. Yep, we are coming down to key levels of support, but bear market? No, not seeing a bear market just yet. Like I said to you, there's certain precursors to a bear market, and when they come, I will show you, but you can see them yourself. When you start making the lower highs and the lower lows, you're effectively rolling over, aren't you, and losing key level support. But right now, there's a couple of indicators, okay, that I really like. Okay, not necessarily saying that we're bottomed out here. We've got that technical target of 28k, and if it loses that target, we've got the 24k, and obviously the 20k, and then zero. As some people anticipate and a lot of people say, but I don't personally see that. Okay, worst case scenario, 20k, previous all-time high and the swing high of the previous bull run. So right now, personally, we're starting to see a couple of signals that I do quite like, to be honest with you, and I'll show you one straight off the bat. Okay, so this is a weekly time frame for Bitcoin. As you know, we're going through Elliott Wave theory, ABC correction right here, and hopefully, this can come to fruition and get to 200k per Bitcoin in this bull run. Because just here, you can see we've got completely overextended. I mean, look at this parabolic run here. Okay, it was pure greed, pure FOMO. And like I said to you, buy big green candles, you get big red dildos, don't you? And I kept forewarning people just here, on Win, on BTT, all those sort of projects that you can see just absolutely flew up out the gates, that were holding support, that were looking relatively healthy, but obviously they've lost support like everything else. And that's what happens, you see, when you go up too quickly and come back down just as quick, you lose support. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. This is why you want these nice organic waveforms. Now look at the previous bull run just here. Okay, so there's not much data here because obviously this is against Tether, Coinbase, sorry, the US dollar. So you can see that when Bitcoin was listed in 2014, you can see these nice waveforms, okay, in this bull run here, and you can see it have multiple pullbacks, and each pullback in this particular bull run, you've got one here down to there, was around about 40%, so you can see each one's roughly 40-30%. Do you see that? So yeah, this is a bit of a hefty pullback, as you're fully aware, but it was needed, to be honest with you, because how could it be sustained? How could it continue to go on towards 200k without having a pullback? Okay, because you can see here, pullback, continuation, pullback, continuation, pullback, continuation, pullback, continuation, blow off top. Okay, and right now we didn't get the blow off top, which is good. We've not had a blow off top, we've had a sort of rolling rounding top. Okay, and some say Wyckoff distribution, and right now we're going through Wyckoff accumulation, but we will cover that in a separate video. But I just want to reassure you that what it's doing right now is relatively healthy, to be honest with you. There was too much greed. Here, we didn't really get any pullback whatsoever. I think the worst pullback we had was potentially this one from there to there, was around about 30%, wasn't it? It's nothing. You want to see these waveforms, like I've spoken to you so many times before. Nice, beautiful waveforms, because if you get too overextended, too far away from the EMAs, and I think the 20 was down here as you started to roll up here, and this is one of the key signals that I said, okay, be careful here, because we are looking at a bit of a correction, and that ABC correction right there going to come back down to support. And I've always been transparent with you, but right now, just as I was posting that and making those videos, I had so many people saying you don't know what you're talking about. It's going to $1 million and stuff like that. We ain't seeing no more corrections anymore. We're never going to enter a downtrend or anything like that. And boom, lo and behold, it came, didn't it? And right now I'm saying, we're still bullish, and we're going to bounce. We're going to form a bottom, and we're going to have continuation. And I do see the target at 200k. So this is what I'm standing by. And right now I'm still getting people arguing with me, saying you don't know what you're talking about. It's going to zero. It's a scam. It's a Ponzi. It's a pyramid, and all that sort of business. That's what you get. That's what you get in the space. Trolls on either side, to be honest with you. But I think a lot of people, like to zoom out and look at the charts, and when you do zoom out, it looks a bit more healthier, doesn't it? And one thing I'm going to show you for rambling on is obviously we've got this little signal here. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit of a bullish divergence on the RSI and the price action just there. Okay, so you've got a higher low. Do you see that? You've got a low and a higher low, and then on the RSI just here, it's not pretty, and it's started to form. It's quite small, but it's still a divergence nonetheless, and you can see that we're getting a low and a lower low in the RSI there. So that is always a bit of an indication of a reversal of the trend. Okay, just like we got here with this particular trend when we was making these lower highs. Do you see this on the RSI just here? So he was making these lower highs just there in the price action in the RSI, sorry, and then on the price action just there we was making higher highs. Do you see that? And that's that's called a bearish divergence basically, and it's always an indicator of a reversal of the trend. Well, look what happened. You peaked and you reversed, didn't you? So right now you're coming down, you're making these higher lows, and you're making the lower highs, the lower lows in the RSI, sorry. And you're beginning to form a little bit of a signal of reversal of a trend. So do anticipate that, okay, that we may have potentially bottomed out here, and we may be forming this higher low right now, and the technical target of 28k might not be met. Okay, so it's one good little indicator at the minute. You can't ignore it. Another indicator I'm going to show you right now is obviously it's a metric. Okay, we're going to take a look at this particular address here. This is a whale address, and you can see that yesterday this particular address acquired 3,706 bitcoins. Okay, so this is a whale, you know, $3.7 billion mega whale basically, and they acquired it at 32,941. Okay, so they acquired 3,706, and as you can see, this particular whale here has been accumulating here, there and everywhere, but its primary sell-off just here was at 58k. So they sold a big chunk of their bitcoins and they've been buying back. Okay, and look at this particular price here. That's a substantial amount of bitcoins that were bought right there, isn't it? So these are the sort of metrics you look for, not necessarily like a big tick. Yeah, we've got the reversal. This is it. The bottom's in and sort of stuff. But you do need to start to pay attention to these sort of metrics. Okay, for Bitcoin. That the fact is the bottom is close. And like I said to you, when we get that signal, boom, see you later, alligator. 200k Bitcoin this bull run, and I'll see you on the beach. And everyone else is buying. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I'm going to dive into the hourly time frame right here because I've rambled on a lot. I do apologise. So just take a look at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame here, okay? So there is a couple of nice little patterns here, obviously, for Bitcoin. Okay, so you've got a key level of resistance, which we've spoken about. This was a daily level of resistance. Which was previous support, sorry. It was a level of support that was lost. Do you remember that? And right now you can see we're trying to come back up and having a go at it, because on the daily time frame I said to you, if you lose this key level of support, go short. And right now you can see, wow, look at that wick there. That's mad. That's called a bullish hammer. That's quite a bullish reversal candlestick. So do pay attention to that. That's quite an interesting pattern just there. So this could be indicative of a reversal in itself. A bullish hammer it's called. So yeah, do pay attention to this particular reversal pattern that Bitcoin is starting to form in the candlesticks. Okay, so that's one light little confluence factor that you may start to see as melt through this resistance and get the full reversal right here. It may be in, because effectively what you're doing, you are still creating these high lows here. Do you see this? So anyway, keep an eye on this particular level. This is a key level of previous support that's been turned into resistance. Okay, if we break this resistance, then do anticipate coming back up, testing it as support. I would put in a little long here. Okay, if you do start to see Bitcoin get above this level on the daily and close it out, I'll put a cheeky little long in, because I would imagine you're going to come back up to the 20 to retest as resistance. And again, if you start to melt through that, wow, you're looking for a lovely reversal here for Bitcoin. So we've just got to watch, haven't we? We've just got to keep an eye. But obviously, as you're fully aware, because we lost this key level of support right here, this is the technical target for Bitcoin, okay, of this double M top pattern. Do you see this reversal pattern? This is the technical target. And again, if you do start to see Bitcoin lose that particular level right there, then that is your swing low, isn't it? That's your swing high, sorry, down here before the previous all-time high of the bull market. Do you see that? Because like I've said to you so many times, okay, just look at the charts. When support gets lost, okay, it lands on previous swing highs and swing lows as support. Do you see that? Really, really easy. So move to your left on the charts, and this is why you see on a lot of charts like VeChain and Chainlink and BTT and all those sort of projects, when they do start to collapse and start to roll over, then you will always see that the bounce off the previous swing high of a move, okay, of an impulsive wave, it really is that simple. So That's a bit of charting 101 for you right there. So right now, Bitcoin's had a bit of a pickup, isn't it? It's doing relatively well, showing a bit of strength right now for a reversal. Do keep an eye on it, because obviously, like I said to you, if it keeps hitting its head on that particular level of resistance right there, then obviously you're going to roll over and come back down to this level here. But there are a couple of key metrics right there that we do like. You've got the bullish divergence, okay, on the weekly. You've got the obviously the whales that are accumulating at those prices as well. So they're interesting things that you need to pay attention to, okay? Again, not got a crystal ball, and it's not 100% a big tick to the upside. Oh, we've got the reversal, we're off to the races sort of thing. But these are the sort of things that you do need to pay attention to. So looking again on the hourly time frame for Bitcoin right here, okay? So are there any patterns right here? So with Bitcoin then on the hourly time frame, it's looking relatively healthy, okay? You've got a bit of a reversal pattern on the go here. There's a bit of a pickup, but obviously you need to see yourself stay above this 55, because what you've done here for the hourly time frame, you've got above key levels of resistance, and those key levels are obviously the 20. You've got back above it, back tested, see you later alligator, and now you're testing the 55. Now if you continue to hit the 55, look what's going to happen. Like I said to you, you're above the EMAs and it starts to creep you up. If you hold this 55, it's going to force you to retest this resistance, and this is a key level of resistance right here, because obviously if you do start to break that resistance, you've got a reversal trend, haven't you? You come back up to where you came from, potentially up towards 40k. Do you see that? So do keep an eye on that. Do keep an eye on that for Bitcoin. There is a bit of an inverse head and shoulders here as well, okay? It's not pretty. I would like to see a few more touches, but there is a bit of a trend line just there. Do you see that for Bitcoin? Now if that particular level of resistance is broken in itself, this is where you've got the reversal pattern just there, and it's something like that, okay? Do you see that? So this is where you could see potentially Bitcoin again, if it does start to break this level of resistance, and this is confluence of the fact that you're breaking through this level of resistance right there. If you do start to come up, then do anticipate Bitcoin, a nice little pump for Bitcoin from that level of resistance of around about 7%, okay? And that would look like quite a nice little reversal pattern on the hourly time frame, okay? But obviously we're still up against it, as you know, and there is a technical target down here of 28k, okay? Which obviously we don't want it to go down to, but at the minute that is its projection and that's its target, unless it starts to melt this resistance, okay, and backtest it and turn it into support. So yeah, just keep an eye on it, because at the moment you can see you've got a bit of a left shoulder there ahead, and then you form this bit of a right shoulder just there, because you're making a low, a lower low, and then a higher low. So you're effectively rolling, okay, you're reversing the trend. Do you see that? So do keep an eye on that particular level right now. You want to see Bitcoin closing above that on the daily, because if you do, you're looking golden from continuation. You may have got the reversal really swiftly here for Bitcoin, and coupled with those metrics as well. So fingers crossed, everybody, that it doesn't continue to roll over, because if it does, your technical target is 28k, okay, like I've said to you and shown you before. And again, if you do start to lose that particular level, then you've got another target down there of 24k, which I've shown you in a previous video, okay? So fingers crossed, everybody. I'm back tomorrow, another update on Bitcoin. Take care, bye bye.